and welcome to Brand Your Passion, the show that helps you turn the thing you love the most into something that people know and love you for. I'm your host, Holly Arnett, the brand coach for creatives, and I'm on a mission to make the world a more creative place, one brand at a time. If you're ready to get more eyes on your work, more dollars in your pocket, and more creativity in your life, you're in the right place. Welcome. Let's brand your passion. Hi everybody, and welcome back to this week's episode of Brand Your Passion. Today we are talking about something we haven't talked about on the podcast before somehow. We've talked a lot obviously about brand strategy and how to uncover your brand and who you are and what you want to say and how to communicate that and all of that good stuff. But we haven't for some reason yet talked about who you're communicating all of that to and how to figure out who your ideal people are, why you need to do that, and really understand what pinpointing your people can do for your creative business. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about why creatives need to pinpoint their people. So if you are ready to understand your audience, find and talk to and connect with and engage with and sell to your dreamiest, most wonderful, magical clients and customers, then listen up because this episode is for you. Before we dive into why you need to find out who your ideal audience are, first let's talk about what an ideal audience is, because otherwise, what is the point? But your ideal audience can also be called your target audience, your audience persona, client, avatar. There's a bunch of different words that are thrown around and used to describe your ideal audience. But they're basically the people that you're trying to reach with your brand. They might be clients or customers or content consumers, but they're essentially the dreamiest, most perfect, ideal clients or customers or people that you want to attract, appeal to, and engage with your brand, right? And pinpointing these people is all about understanding who they are so that then you can capture their attention, speak to them specifically, and sell your products and services to the people who want them, who are perfect for your products and services. There are a couple of different things or myths that I want to bust about choosing your audience before we dive into why you want to do that, because they kind of underpin or kickstart the reasons why you need to choose your audience and pinpoint who you are wanting to talk to. Number one is that when you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. It can be really tempting to think or say I just want to reach everybody with my business, or my business is for everybody, but that doesn't really work, because instead you're just kind of sharing generic things that you're trying to appeal to everybody. You're trying to reach all the different people in the world with your thing, and so you're not saying anything specific. It just becomes really diluted. When you try to speak to everyone, your voice and your message is just really washed down, generic instead of specific and really strong. So what you want to do is find the people you want to speak to and shout from the rooftops about specific things that they want to hear and tell them that you are the one for them. That way you can target the right people. They'll become raving fans because you know them and you create stuff that they love and they can't wait to tell everybody about it because you're so perfect for them. So instead of kind of thinking, well, I just want to attract everybody, instead think I want to attract the right people for my brand. You're also not going to be limiting your reach by niching who you speak to in this way. You're actually doing the opposite. You are going to reach more people and more of the right people. The more you know your audience and you can attract and wow those right people, then the more people you're going to reach. And those people whose socks you knock off, they're going to tell other people. You're going to grow your audience, increase recognition, and get more opportunities to scale that way when specific people know exactly what you do and that you're for them and they want to tell other people about it. So when you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. So flip that around and speak to specific people and know that that's not going to limit your business's growth. It's going to do the opposite. If you look at Maker and Moxie and our history and our journey, when we decided like we're going all in on creatives and doing everything for creatives, creating content for creatives, creating resources for creatives, trainings, services, everything for creatives, it's exponentially increased our growth. So pinpointing your people is going to help you grow, not limit how you scale. And there are 3 different audiences that you can think about when you're going through the process of pinpointing your people, but the main people you want to focus on are your ideal audience. So the 3 different types of audiences are your primary audience. That's the people that you currently serve or sell to or work with the most. They're probably bringing in the most work, the most of your income, but they might not necessarily be your ideal dreamy people. You then have your secondary audience. So they might be people who just kind of like come in on the fringe. They're not really the people that you focus on or target, but they do sort of come in here and there and help keep things ticking along, right? For us, our dreamy clients are creatives and makers, but sometimes we also get like designers who want to learn strategy so they can deliver strategy, that kind of thing. Those are like our secondary audience. We're not focusing or trying to target designers who want to learn strategy, but sometimes we just attract those people because we're doing strategy and they want to learn, right? And then last but not least, you have your ideal audience, and that's who we're talking about today. So these are like the people you really want in your corner who you'd like love to have as clients and customers, and that you want to attract more people of. And that if you had like a full roster of clients who were these people, or if all of your customers were these people, you would be so happy. Okay, so now let's talk about why creatives need to pinpoint their people, right? I've told you about who your ideal clients are, busted some myths about your ideal clients, and also explained like the 3 different kinds of audience. But why do you need to think about all of this stuff? Why do you need to worry about it? Well, there are 6 key reasons that I think that we here at Maker and Moxie think are the reasons why you need to think about who your people are. Number 1 is so that you can get in front of the right people, right? You want to get your work in front of the people who are gonna love it, because when you know who your people are and where they hang out, you can make sure that your work is where it needs to be in order for those right people to discover your brand. So if you know, or say for example, Maker and Moxie, we know that our ideal clients are creatives. So we think about where those people hang out, right? What social media platforms are they at? What conferences do they go to? What magazines are they reading? What podcasts do they listen to? And then we're thinking about how we can get in those places. How can we get on those podcasts? How can we get a feature in those magazines? How can I speak at a summit like we did last month that was full of creatives? So when you know who the people are that you want to attract, you can get in front of those right people in the right places at the right times and let those people know who you are and what you do. Reason number 2 that you want to pinpoint your people follows on from that, because it's all about attracting those people's attention, right? Because getting your work in front of the right people is step 1, but then you want to get those people to notice and pay attention to your brand. That's another thing. So you want to understand what catches the eye of your ideal audience, what's going to snag their attention, what they're going to listen to, what they want to hear, what's going to make them go, oh man, their stuff is so cool. I loved what they said, or I love what they're about, or I love what their work is like. And you can capture their attention when you're finding them in those right places at the right time. Then reason number 3 is so that you can keep those people engaged. When you've pinpointed your people and they've discovered your brand, you then want to keep them engaged in your work and whatever it is that you're doing, whether they're browsing your website or scrolling on Instagram or watching a video or whatever it is that you're creating and putting out into the world. When you know what interests and appeals to your people, you can hold their attention and keep them engaged for longer, right? You can create content that starts conversations about things that they're passionate about. You can create work that you know that they're going to love. You can know, for example, that maybe some of your customers don't wear t-shirts, but they love hoodies. So you're going to make hoodies instead of t-shirts, or just all of these different things, you know that you can keep them engaged because you know what they love, you know what's going to keep them coming back. And similarly to that, you can also sell your work, obviously. This is reason number 4, because when you've got an engaged audience who love your work, it's time to sell what you do, sell your services, sell your products, and get people booked in and buying from you. This is so much easier when you know what those people need, how they need it, what they need in order to book in or buy, what's going to get them to buy, and then you can create and market and sell your stuff so much easier. Reason number 5 is so that you can keep those people coming back. It is infinitely easier, and it's proven, and there are a million statistics out there that it's easier and cheaper to keep an existing customer than it is to attract a new one. So if you know what's going to keep your audience coming back and buying again or booking in with you for repeat services, and you can create those experiences that are going to keep them coming back, you're going to have more repeat customers than ever. And that's the dream, right? So pinpointing your people and understanding who they are and what makes them come back and what things they love and what they value and all of those things are going to help you to create that want to come back experience. And then last but not least, you're also going to get referrals when you know who your people are and know them super well. Creatives, a lot of us get so much work from referrals and recommendations, and people buy more when it's been suggested by someone that they trust. So you want to get recommendations from your audience, right? When you know them and you know what's important to them and you know what they're going to want to tell their friends about and who those people are that they talk to all the time and where they get referrals from and how they share referrals and all of that information that you can find out when you pinpoint your people, that's going to help you wow them enough to get those referrals and recommendations. So I've just given you 6 reasons. There are probably a bunch more, and I'm sure there are, and I could probably go on and on and on and on and on, but I'm not going to keep this podcast episode hours long. But those 6 reasons should be enough, I think, to help you realize why pinpointing your people as a creative is really important. To recap, that's because pinpointing your people, when you uncover who they are, understand them, and can engage them really well, helps you to get in front of the right people, attract their attention, keep them engaged, sell your work, keep them coming back, and get recommendations. And those are all the things that branding and building a business is all about, right? It's about creating work, sharing it with other people, and then making sales or bookings or getting clients, and then sharing that magic with the world. So that is why creatives need to pinpoint their people. I hope this episode has helped you to understand what your ideal audience is all about and why it's so important, and given you some food for thought to help you to start thinking about who your people are and how you might get in front of the right people and sell your work to them and keep them engaged and all of that good stuff. If you want some help or you're ready to start working on this and start actually doing the work to pinpoint your people, understand who they are, uncover all the juicy information about them, and then use that information to make decisions about your brand, then you really want to check out our latest product. It's called Pinpoint Your People, and it has guides, workbooks, templates to help you to do all of this stuff. It will guide you through activities and exercises and processes to help you uncover the people that you want to target. So figure out who actually are my dream people, who do I love working with, or who do I want to attract to my products. Then draw out all this information about them, the best information that's going to give you the best things to work with moving forward to use in your brand. And then how to use that information to create content or make products or do all the things that you need to do in your brand to create the creative business of your dreams. So if you want to check out Pinpoint Your People, head down to the link that'll be below this podcast or in the blog post. If you're reading the blog post, it'll be linked here as well. So check it out, go and grab it and start working on pinpointing your people today. And feel free to message us on Instagram or email and let us know how it's going pinpointing your people. Can't wait to hear how you get on, and we will see you in the next episode. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Brand Your Passion and choosing to spend time with me learning all about branding, business, and all things creativity. You can find more episodes just like this one at makerandmoxie.com/podcast. If you like this one, you can tap that subscribe or follow button so that you're notified about each and every new episode. And if you've got a spare second, please leave a review on iTunes or wherever it is that you're listening to this podcast, because I would absolutely 100% love to hear from you. If there were some helpful goodies in this episode for you, it would mean the world to me as well if you could screenshot that podcast player right now, hop on over to Instagram or Twitter and tag us at Maker and Moxie. By subscribing, reviewing, and sharing, you're helping reach more creators just like you, so that together we can make the world a more creative place, one brand at a time. We can't achieve this mission without you, so your support means the absolute world. I will talk to you in the next episode, but until then, keep creating.